Guys, it's me, Paxman301, back again. I just got off of school for spring break, and I just wanted to make a video. So, today, we're going to be talking about the rough life of the ALC-42 that started in 2022 when Amtrak bought about 125 of these locomotives. Alright guys, so I'm mostly gonna focus on 301 because it's my favorite and it should be yours too. So in February 8th, 2022, Amtrak bought the first orders of the ALC-42s, and since then they've had a rough life with heating problems and in the winter snow problems. But right now in this time they are working on a way to fix it, and hopefully by like 2027 we'll be able to see a lot more of them leading. But as today, we have been seeing them leading a lot more than before. Before we get into ALC's 42s in a whole, right now we're gonna start working on the 301, which is my favorite, but it's like one of their worst engines they've had at the moment, and most of it's because of PTC problems, which stands for with positive train control problems, and as of now they are working on it, but mostly 301's been malfunctioning from engine software issues, and they're working on it, and soon it's gonna be leading everywhere from like anywhere you live to somewhere else, and hopefully that will become true and not just leading on the Coast Arley. But anyways, 301 has only been seen leading a couple of times, most of the time trailing. I've never caught it leading. Hopefully I do soon. But in other words, it's had problems of working for a while and then just shutting off completely, and it's also part of the design's fault that 301 has. But in summer of 2025, it had a very big problem that led to 3 people being hospitalized and over 265 people having to leave in the super hot weather of Florida. In a lot of them had minor injuries.
People have been hospitalized after a routine ride home on an Amtrak train suddenly came to a halt. The train losing power in the heat of the day over 300 miles away in Jacksonville Sunday morning. Cell phone video from the scene shows the moment 264 people got off the train to load onto buses to continue their trip after being stuck on that train for over 5 hours in the hot.
As you can see right there, that is one of their biggest faults of 301 leading, and that's like one of the most known at the moment that I know of. There's probably a few more. Like when the ALC-42s came out, they're gonna do a Chicago to Seattle trip on the 8th, which goes by my house, or the 7th, I kind of forgot. Anyways, either of those, it was gonna lead, but it ended up coming out 4 hours late, and they had to put a GE Genesis in front, which they knew would work, but they didn't know about the other. One of the reasons it got delayed was from PTC issues that made it keep on breaking, and they weren't allowed to put the throttle up, so it was stuck there, and no one has a word on what happened really. But anyways, 301 is still under maintenance, but soon it should be good. And now it's time to get on to the ALC-42s themselves. So even though they're still under work, this is the same thing that happened with the P-42s, which are some of Amtrak's best working engines at the moment. So if we think about it, they can probably get these guys running, and hopefully we'll see them more often. And even though I'm a smaller YouTuber, I'm trying to enforce you guys with a lot of information about these guys. And this is what I know, and all I know is ALC-42s. Their design-wise is really kind of futuristic looking, and I like them a lot. And they will all get fixed soon, and we'll get them running perfectly. And they're my favorite engines. I love them. 301's my favorite, so I will always like that guy. And well, that's all I really know, but I'll probably think of something else to say. And in other words, the 42 in ALC-42 stands for 42,000 horsepower. So that's around the same amount as the P-42 that has 42,000 horsepower as well. And this is pretty cool and all. And the ALC and ALC-42 stand for Amtrak Long Distance Charger, made by Siemens back in 2022 February 8th, which I've said a lot. And these engines will keep on getting updates, and they'll be leading like crazy. And as of now, even though they're not working the greatest, but they're getting better. They're not like death traps. You can't not trust them. You could still trust them, have a safe ride, and have fun. Also, these engines are really cool, and were really good and responsible from now, but also they started being really reliable in mid to late 2024, and as of now, they have the Phase 6 and Phase 7 paint scheme. I think I like the Phase 7 a lot more, but let me know what you think in the comments. And obviously, of course, 301 is the Day 1 paint scheme. This is all I know about these ALC-42 Chargers, and soon I'll see if I can get more information and make a longer video about them. And guys, this is all I know about the ALC-42s. I hope you liked it. I'm sorry I stuttered a couple times, but anyways, as of now, I kind of forgot to add, 301 is on its way from Empire Builder number 8. So, but it's got delayed, and it looks like it's coming at 11/27. So maybe I'll try and catch it, but we'll wait and see. And tell me if you like these videos, and if you want me to, I'll review an engine of your choice. Just gotta leave it down in the comments. Anyways, I'll see you next time. Bye.